situation right stands right now. Finland, a little shaky on the defense, no doubt about it. And especially in the opening point, we saw what they did. I'm still never sold on that tactic, that aggressive style on Dorado. I don't think I've seen it once actually successfully work out. I understand the theory behind it, but they can't do that this time around, of course. They have to defend and solidly hold. But it's going to be Russia on the defense to begin with. Ballsy stuff, they're going with the Genji. Shadowburn, of course, doing fantastic. Don't forget, of course, to get yourselves involved in the voting for the man of the match. The T-Mobile MVP, hashtag T-Mobile MVP. Get yourself in there, tweet us, and see who you think, of course. I'm pretty sure I know where you're going right now, but there's still plenty of match to play. Taimu, at the moment, sitting on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, it's possible that he maybe tries to have one shot. Widow, out of spawn, can punish someone that's overextended, like one headshot to kill the 200 HP hero. But after that, you usually switch away. However, I wouldn't put it past Finland to try something like this. They're kind of one of the teams. Complexity, actually, a North American team does use a Widow on the attack sometimes. It does work out, but no. It'll be McCree for Taimu, and I much prefer to see him on that.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. Okay, let's see how it works out for them. Triple tank once again. Tell a lie. Yes, they are going with the triple tank. They're going to push on through. I thought they were going to switch it off there, but it is going to be the triple tank for Finland. It's something they've stuck with throughout. And we'll see how it works out. Russia, of course, getting themselves set up. Unfixed this time around is going to be the man on the May. Sit around the side. Shadowburn with the shurikens, catching Taimu pretty heavily there, but he does back away around the side.
It's important. He's already halfway to his first Dragon Blade lead. That's exactly what Shadowburn wants to poke at medium to long range for. Obviously, he's not trying to kill people. It's very unlikely that's going to happen, but he needs the blade to really make impact in the fight. Taimu tries to test Rubicon, but it's going to be a slink dart. Oh, it looked inevitable, but Taimu somehow knocked out the way. He gets a stay of execution. Very lucky to escape, but that's the way it's going to be. They still lose Linkser as a result. And you can see Taimu's trying to finish off Reds, but no, not quite enough until he drops his shield, and that last shot comes thundering home.
Well, they might try and push on this one, but until Shadowburn comes on through with Anak, and that is going to be all she wrote for Finland on that attack. So Russia holds steady, and more importantly, they build up a decent ult percentage. Look at their stack. They have a stash of ults ready and waiting for this next fight.
And what they want to do is use them fairly sparingly, Lee. Only really dig deep and use all of them if they absolutely had to here. Ideally, only 2 ultimates is going to be enough to win the fight. In fact, they just need a Blizzard, maybe a Dragon Blade, but we'll see what gets used here as the Deadeye is activated. You can see Shadowburn preemptively prepared to reflect anything back at the McCree, but it's Godspeed getting picked off. He's on the left side. He was too far away from his team. He's going to go in, but Shadowburn now with the Dragon Blade here. He gets himself on towards Zappers. Any more? Yes, Maku's going to fall. Almost a third. One more right click should do the job. Can't quite get Saini. Finally finds him though, and the rest of Finland weren't able to, I guess, emulate Shadowburn's performance in Russia's back line, and it's going to be Russia to hold again.
Perhaps a little overkill maybe for Russia. They literally just blew everything. They threw everything into that fight. Obviously, they were very worried Godspeed went down, so immediately it's a big problem for Russia, losing out on that Lucio. But they just threw 4 ultis that way, which immediately we're seeing Finland follow up on. There's going to be Anak trying to get himself 1 kill. That's going to be Taimu goes down, so the DPS is already lackluster. And now Lynx, of course, going to get picked off around the side there. Reds does pick himself up, get picked off by Zappis, and now Finland pushing through.
Yeah, this should be enough for Finland to slow roll on towards the point here. Especially with Rubicon going down now, healing is lacking for Russia, and the whole hog available. Yep, it's going to be Himsy to lend them 1 rip. I think it's only Unfixed that was intended for, and eventually he's going to be knocked backwards away past the statue. And Finland will finally have the capture here. About a minute and 30 or minute 28 on the clock there. Not bad, but could be a lot faster here. And against Russia, a map down, they really need to set a cracking pace on this half.
Yeah, just to put that in perspective, of course, the Sweden-China game, they finished the entire
It could be
map. Comes through this time, they pull themselves in. We're already 3 minutes into this game, so that's just how fast Sweden were in the previous quarterfinal. But here in this semi-final, Russia currently 1 map up. If you just joined us here at the Overwatch World Cup at Blizzcon, they took the first map, Dorado, in style and managed to finish off the map with 37 seconds on the board. Currently though, Russia have themselves a plethora of ultis ready to throw at them in the archway.
Well, Finland taking so much damage right now. I think that was a fire strike that hurt them, so the follow-up's going to have to be good. Blizzard comes out, and Shadowburn, he's going to be free for that one. Oh, it's easy, it's a package. It's Zappis and Taimu, 2 for 1, and he'll take that gladly. The blade hits home and 2 kills come up. It's going to be Russia with a very comfortable wipe here. But yeah, again, you see there's quite a lot of ultimates, used in this situation. Maybe even 5. Dragon Blade was there, Graviton was there, Blizzard was there. Look at how these are used. So that's a lot being used by Russia. They seem to be happy with this. But again, Finland now actually have themselves, I think, a degree of ult advantage going into this fight.
Not a great deal of Cluedo required there. Shadowburn with the Dragon Blade in the library.
Yeah.
That's where it all
on the
works out.
candlestick, it was that dark golden sword.
Well, they're going to push on around. Finland, of course, are going to react because Russia just used just about everything in that fight. Of course, they still have themselves a nano blade in there. Shadowburn's going to get taken down by Zappis, so there's a problem. And then they are forced to back away. Unfixed with just 50 health does manage to survive and gets the right click in the backside of Linksa, forces them back again. And Finland, they're having some serious problems here. The aggressiveness of Russia is working out.
Unfixed is walling very, very well at the moment. I don't know if you missed that fight, the first fight or one of the early fights on the point where Unfixed threw up a wall to prevent any follow-up damage to a graviton surge coming away from Finland. That wall there, while it was only really used to save his own bacon, was also very, very well laid down. 51%, by the way. It's not normally an accuracy. We don't really use accuracy that much for May, but still interesting. Oh, Himsy, you're in trouble. You are in big, big trouble, my friend. The icebox, you got to land home. Surely, not even a big old breather was going to save you from that one.
It's not really the hook you want, is it? It's just straight away. And of course, Shadowburn followed it instantly up into the clouds. So,
time is short, man. Time is short.
They've not even got past this archway right now, so they're not posting a very long time, and that's going to give Russia a real impetus to push on. They have to get themselves sorted out here. Anak, of course, sitting on that Graviton Surge is only going to give Finland more problems. Mafu's got one of his own, so it might be a double Graviton Surge. It will be. They're going to be both fired back and forth. The question is there a follow-up? Yes, there is. A Blizzard goes down. Himsy caught in surprise in midair. Shadowburn picks himself up. Yet another handful of kills.
Not in their worst nightmares would Finland have ever expected to be here, and yet they are. One advantage for them in that fight is that they actually have ultimates to take you to the next, but they really only have one or two more fights really left in them. Shadowburn's done a very good job, by the way, of sitting back around that corner, but here's the fight. Again, he manages to find his way in, doesn't need to use the Dragon Blade. Look at this. He had the understanding and the realization that his team has invested enough into this fight that simply using his shurikens will be enough to secure these kills and get enough damage done for a landslide victory in the fight.
Finland have finally got themselves around the corner, but Shadowburn have once again going on. This time he gets caught with the Earth Shatter, pinned in midair. The Graviton Surge is not going to be enough to pull them down. There's going to be the Sound Barrier to keep them all alive, and Shadowburn doesn't find himself a target at last, and finally, Finland come out on top in one of these big, crazy team fights, and they're going to get themselves the payload around the streets.
The Linksa as well, they're doing some serious damage during that fight. He used his Earth Shatter, and that was 60% to his next one. That is a testament to just how much damage he's been able to do in that fight, and Himsy, wisely enough, knows when to back away there. Wanted to try and chase a little bit for Godspeed, see if he can get the Lucio kill, but he couldn't find him. Didn't want to risk it. I like that. It's a time saver of a plan, but look at this lead. They're going to be almost into overtime by the time they get to here. This could be quite nasty. No, payload hasn't quite reached the end yet. No, it hasn't. This could be nasty here. Russia could win this fight and end it here.
The Blizzard gets thrown out. It's enough to slow things down. The Graviton Surge thrown back and forward. Both of them go down. Godspeed manages to pick himself up one as well as Unfixed. It's Russia that are getting the kills, but time is yet to be dealt with. He gets himself around the side, but he's going to get frozen in time as he's still continuing to hop, skip, and jump. Unfixed trying to focus, has to get himself in the ice block, but it's Godspeed that picks up the kill. Suddenly it's just Zaney, have to left the loop around. Can he get hold on long enough? They will not get there, and Finland are held by Russia here on King's Road, just outside the second checkpoint. It is a tragic performance by Finland so far.
I am immeasurably impressed with the fact that Russia chose to take a fight there. I understand they didn't actually have all 6 players ready to defend outside the Foundry. But from the first point to the Foundry, an attacking team's respawn route, that one is one of the longest ones in the game. Between taking the first point and the second, and the payloads right towards the Foundry, there is no way that you can actually stall. So if you lose a fight, if you lose anyone, you are absolutely done. Beautiful stuff there from Russia, and again, it was off the back of some key ultimate timings there. I think Reds also has had an excellent half so far. His charges, he was all over Lynx. Lynx said...
Focus was all on Shadowburn early on, but you've just got to give the entire team of Russia some serious credit in this game. They have all been performing at the top level. And of course, with a final position place up for grabs, they are in a real hot seat right now. Finland have to defend this point. They have to put on a solid performance, because if it were to reach the streets, one simple lost team fight could be game over.
For two teams that are remotely closely matched, neither should ever be held outside the Foundry. That is not a good sign at all. Russia played the streets phase better than I have seen in quite some time, and that's normally the quickest part of the map. That's normally where teams breeze through. But the hold over towards that choke point can be very, very hard to extricate yourself from if the defending team is able to set up before the payload really leaves that red square on the right of the screen.
No May for Finland on the defense. Something we've seen almost used non-stop. And that's a real problem because obviously that big Blizzard can slow things down quite a lot. They're reliant on him to really land these hooks. Gets around the side and he's been walled off already, caught in the statue. Kid takes a couple of shards in the back there from Unfixed, and they're already starting to work him down. Himsy's taken very low.
Unfixed, a couple of high spikes are going in here as well. At least Finland have that shield for Linksa to stand behind and receive some healing. Zap is already 46% towards his nano boost here. Both Anna's doing a lot of work. That Blizzard though, that's going to be scary. Finland don't have one to respond with, and Unfixed is going to lob that in just a moment.
Just going to go straight in. There's the Blizzard. He's going to catch. Linksa completely separated from his team. That's a real problem. Shadowburn gets himself one. Linksa gets Godspeed in the back end there. That's going to work out well, but Red's on point at the moment. Linksa swinging away with a hammer. Himsy manages to get the hook down on Anak. Taimu getting the damage down, but Shadowburn is still not dealt with. Finally gets taken down, and Finland hold, but by God, it was a rough hold.
If Russia decide to come back very, very quickly here, they'll be able to get a 6v5 situation on the point. I think it's actually Zappos who's lagging most behind here, and you can see that Himsy is the only one, and look how far back Finland go. I like this. They realize they're staggered. They realize they've got to regroup. They have to give some of this point over and go for a retake. Shadowburn though goes high, Dragon Blade's out.
Timo's got himself his Death Blossom available. He's trying to find a position, a situation to use it, but the rest of his team have just been decimated. He's going to be able to hit it right now, but I don't think he's going to get anything with it because Shadowburn with the Dragon Blade picks himself up a quick triple, and that will be the payload captured. And now problems really start to mount up for Finland. There is a 4-minute 49 section. Finland have to answer exactly as Russia did, but I don't think they're in a position to be able to hold them at the archway.
That's an example, I think, of a fight that you lose actually being a good thing. That first push for Russia, they did lose, but they knew they spawned closer to the point. They'd be able to have a numbers advantage if they traded 1-for-1. Now, Finland are going to try and do to Russia what they did to them. Set up in this choke, throw a lot of damage in, and hope that some of it sticks.
Taimu's going to try and dash himself back in there. He's got his Death Blossom ready to go. Can he get around the side? No, he just gets battered straight back by Reds. Now manages to dash in, finally gets boosted up, and it's going to be enough to get himself the kill. He gets the main damage dealers down, and he buys Finland a desperate, desperate reprieve as they hold on for now.
Something interesting as well, maybe something to note, is that between these two teams, they've done about the same amount of damage over the course of this game. So about 55,000 damage each. The Russian team has taken 24k damage, and the Finnish team has taken 36, so shields have been important, because the difference between damage dealt and damage taken by the opposite team is quite significant here. Russia's using their shields better, quite simply.
Quite simply, Anak has himself Graviton Surge waiting to go. Himsy gets the hook on Shadowburn. That's an absolutely important hook, and it's going to force Russia just to back away briefly, momentarily. They're not going to try and force this fight. Identical situation to what we saw Russia holding Finland in right now. But of course, the danger is the one moment Shadowburn gets let off the chain, let off the loose, gets around the backside to see Zappos. You can see him in the back corner there. The one moment that happens, there's real problems going to strike. Graviton Surge comes in, and it's going to be Finland that will find themselves the kills, but it's countered immediately by Blizzard.
That's a perfect combo as well, because Shadowburn just gets the run in between him. It's dash, 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 kill, kill, kill. And it is going to be the Nano Blade coming up trumps for Shadowburn. Finland started the fight off exceedingly well, but all that was required from Russia was to stay alive long enough, and that man with the Blizzard made all the difference. It made it very, very easy for Shadowburn. This is not mechanically intensive. No one can even move. You just flash them, get as much damage down as you can, and move the heck on.
And that's the danger of having a Mei versus a no Mei right now in the current meta. It is a real problematic and Unfixed. Hit it perfectly, followed up, paired up, and there's the big golden marker, there's the big golden mile. That's all they need to hit. That's a good Earth Shatter coming through though, but the wall quickly counters him off, and it separates Linksa from the rest of his team. He gets caught around there, quickly pinned on the wall and taken down. Reds gets himself another, straight down a second, and this is really problematic for Russia now as they get forced back by Mafu.
That's putting it very lightly, to be honest. Taimu tries to go in with the Death Blossom and get some kills, but it might not be enough. Blizzard comes down, Goldspeed falls, Mafu's going to be frozen up though, and it's only Unfixed there to capitalize and follow up on damage. There was enough healing coming away from Zappos to keep Mafu alive. But do you remember, Lee, when I said that the shields have been used better for Russia? This is why. Anak has the most damage on the side of his team, 20k as opposed to Shadowburn's 15k. 57% average energy on Zarya. His shields have been on point. He's getting a lot of charge from them, and he's protecting his teammates from so much damage. There's a 10,000 difference between the shielding done of these two teams.
Just under 2 minutes to go, and if Finland lose a single fight, it is game over, tournament over. Time is going to drop straight down. The Graviton Surge is there, but there's not really a great deal of damage to follow on through. The Sleep Dart gets onto Taimu. He manages to survive because Linksa goes aggressive and rushes through, gets himself a triple kill on Unfixed, Rubicon, and Shadowburn, and Finland holds strong once again. There's now only a minute left, Mitch. This is now looking possible for Finland.
Ultimate-wise, they've got a little bit to work with here. The Nano Boost is probably something they want to have on their side. What they're doing without Mei here is quite impressive. I really do think that Unfixed is the big difference in this game, the X factor, having the Blizzard available. But Taimu's in a good position here to get very high value from this one Death Blossom. That's what you need to do now if you're Finland and you don't have a lot of ults ready.
He has to get the Nano Boost on him. You can see it's not quite ready from Zapdos. It's not going to be in a while. The Graviton Surge is not great. He manages to get out with the Ray Form, gets himself a quick Death Blossom off, gets a double kill. Shadowburn and Godspeed, more importantly. Unfixed throws out the Blizzard, catches himself a double as well. And suddenly it's terrific. And Fate Russia going to push on through. Unfixed catches another. Anna gets a second kill around the side there. The Nano Grenade goes down. And that is surely all over. Finland are wiped out. They have one man to run in. It is going to be Saini to try and hold them at bay as they push on through for the final point.
One more fight now. Rubicon gets a little bit of damage off the Starboard, but Saini's going to fall down. Where is the rest of the reinforcement? Link's on the Tracer, trying to get over towards his payload and actually stem the flow, but it may not be enough. Rubicon is connecting on these darts. He's got himself a sound barrier. Lynx falls. Now it's going to be the Nano Boost coming in, and it's Unfixed of all people to benefit from it here. Mafu, nothing he can do. He's going to be frozen solid now. Dragonblade going to come over the top, and now we're into overtime. Blizzard comes down yet again. There's nothing that can be done here. Surely Finland are going to fall apart. Russia get over the line. It's 2-1, and Russia will be going to the final.
Solid stuff there from Russia. They take it in ease. Dorado and King's Row was all they needed. Not really the performance we were expecting from Finland, if I'm truly honest, but I think you've got to look at Russia, you've got to look at the likes of Shadowburn, and then you've just got to look beyond him because the entire team stepped up. Anak was enormous throughout that game. Godspeed, so many times he maneuvered his team into position and away from position. You saw Finland go aggressive on Dorado. He pulled them out of danger. It all worked well. Russia as a team stepped up when they needed to.
We were very careful not to undersell Russia through the entirety of this competition throughout the group stages. Anak, you're dead right. He brings so much to this team as a caller and as that cool head. I mean, Russia have taken that and they have just flown with it. Such impressive stuff here from the Russians. But now let's pass it over to the desk and take a fond look back at the match that was.
Thank you, Mitch. Thank you.